Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to One Hub Racing, and this is the Champions Charity event. My name is Kieran McGinley. Joining me in the commentary box tonight is the One Hub Racing social media manager, and basically asks all the difficult questions. That's his role. It's Odems. Odems, how are you tonight?
I'm doing great. I've been buzzing for this event for a good few weeks now, and I'm just so happy that we're finally here. So many storied races here in One Hub, and a very good cause, obviously. So yeah, good to be here.
Absolutely, and if you have not been looking at your Twitter recently and not seen all the One Hub messages, we're here tonight for the Champions charity race. Champions past and present are racing tonight here at Abu Dhabi. Two 25% races, so we'll have a one-shot qualifying. We're going to race one, 25% race. Race two is then the reverse of the results from race number one, and we go again. Every point that the drivers score, they will go to their charity that they've chosen. Unfortunately, it was Kian who couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. Work got in the way. However, he has very kindly donated £10 to each of the charities involved. So we're raising money for Cancer Research UK, Help for Heroes, and we're also raising money for Mental Health Foundation as well. The links will all be in the chat and in the description as well. So if you want to go to the Just Giving page and give whatever you can, whatever you give is absolutely fantastic. Odems, it's three great charities we're racing for tonight.
Yeah, that it is. Mental Health Organization, Help for Heroes, and Cancer Research. Three wonderful charities that have all helped put their effort and time into promoting this event, which we thank them for. And so yeah, three very good causes, and yeah, should be good.
Absolutely, and Odems, you've got that sheet of paper in front of you that tells you all the history of each and every single champion right in front of you. I'm assuming you're going to give us stories throughout the night.
Of course, yeah. I don't have a sheet of paper on me. I have it all stored in my brain.
Stored in your brain. That's a good place. I like that.
Stored in my brain. Yes.
Oh, fantastic. So let's talk about one of the first champions on that list, Nick, winning out in season number 1. Just talk to us a bit more about his One Hub career.
So yeah, Nick, obviously the longest participant in One Hub, as he is the creator, back in season 1 in F1 2012. Where he won the championship. I remember him telling me stories about how he won the championship against these really quick Greek guys. So shout out to those really quick Greek guys if they're out there somewhere. That he did manage to beat them for the championship. Ever since then, he's just been sort of finishing high up in the standings behind aliens such as Ermi and Jono. But he's had a very fruitful career. I believe he has the most podiums in One Hub. So yeah. Obviously, if we're going to talk about prestigious people in One Hub, he's definitely going to be at the top of that list.
Yeah, absolutely. And, well, just to clarify on that, that's 57 podiums. Only 10 behind is Ermi, who is a 3-time champion. The only multiple champion here at One Hub Racing. And, yeah, we're bringing all these champions together. Drivers champions, constructors champions. They're all here racing tonight. One less with Kian, obviously, which is a shame. But sometimes these things do happen. I'm sure we're going to have a fantastic night anyway.
That's for sure. We should. I think also we have the spirit, a very nice spirit. So nothing's going to be a bit dicey or anything. It's all going to be good.
And I'm betting, Odems, that I bet you want to be on the track tonight. No, you're stuck in the box with me, so I do apologise.
Yeah, I would love to be on the track, but you have to be either drivers or constructors. I was close in season 7. Unfortunately, couldn't really do anything in season 8, season 9. Season 10, I was way off. 11, I had a chance, but that's it for another story. But yeah, all these drivers here on the grid definitely deserve their accolades. So we don't need little old me.
You don't need little old Odems. Well, there's one person that stands out to me, Odems, as a constructors champion. It's Rex. 0 wins, 0 podiums, 0 pole positions, but a constructors championship. What a season he had.
Did I say everyone deserves to be here? No, I'm joking. Yeah, you have to pick them. You have to pick the right driver. And Rex, he chose his teammate in Reflow, and that was obviously a masterstroke because Reflow is also our Podium Tier champion from season 11. So he chose right, and he did obviously help his teammate in his endeavors in season 11. So he obviously deserves to be here as much as everyone else does. And obviously, he's also one of our commentators in the Prestige tier, so we are very grateful for all the work Rex does for the league.
Absolutely, and you're going to have to help me learn some of these names. Odems, I've only been in this for a season. I'm very young at this, but learning the wheel then, the German in the Williams. Talk to us more about learning the wheel.
Yeah, learning the wheel, or Ali Diaz, as some people would know him as, former VSR driver. He joins midway through season 10, where he picked up 2 wins. These 2 wins came in very, high octane, crazy races where he just managed to pick his way through the field. In Japan and in Brazil, that Brazil race will go down in history in one hub. That was a crazy race. Um, Ever since then, he was, caught up in exams, so he dropped down to the Pinnacle tier because he feared that his pace would not be good enough to match the Prestige tier. We were all wrong. Everybody involved in that decision was terribly wrong, as he won about 7 of the 10 races, I believe. He went off on one, and that is why he is here today, the Pinnacle tier champion of season 11.
And Mateus in the chat saying, "I'm only here because Ali Diaz carried me."
That is true. He did. It was a pretty big carry.
As a charity night, we're all honest tonight. Speaking of charity, obviously One Hub set the target of £200 to meet tonight. We haven't even started racing, Odems. We've already hit our target. In fact, we've gone over it now. 102% of the target. £204 so far. Remember, all the links will be down below. If you want to donate, please do. Any amount is a really, really good amount. No matter if it's £1 or £100, it could be anything. If you want to donate, the links will be down below in the chat and in the description as well. All for charity tonight. I'm really looking forward to this, and it will be an opportunity to me to see some of these champions I really never got to see race.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of the drivers here, as time goes on, a lot of them haven't really delved into this game as much as they would have previous games. People such as Leo Blade, Temfear. But obviously, this event here is bringing all the champions together, and we will soon be underway, and we'll soon get to see almost a sort of like fantasy race, putting all these people of different eras against one another.
And obviously, when you get these champions together, you never know what's going to happen, especially on a charity and a fun night like this. Who do you think is going to be the best of the best? Who do you think is going to win tonight?
I mean, obviously, when we talk about champions, I need to stop saying obviously. When we talk about champions, we talk about Ermi, Nick, people of the past who proper built up their careers in one hub. But it's hard to look past the present, and Julian is just one of the most insanely consistent people on this game. And Abu Dhabi, where he was defeated by a certain VSR Marques's, I'll have you know. I'll be shocked if he's not the one to pull it out the bag tonight.
Well, hopefully we'll be getting underway in just a short amount of time. And names I do recognise, the likes of MLA, Samster, Lukey, obviously Nick and Marley, who in the forums got fed up, Marley, of me missing his name every single week. So he just changed his name to Kieran. This is Marley. So now I don't have an excuse to get it wrong anymore. So thank you for that, Marley. That might help me next season. Of course, that was literally the reason why. Is because I said over the stream one night, I said I don't know if this is Marley. I'm going to assume it is, and then the week after he just changed his name to that. Kieran, this is Marley. So there you go. Oh dear.
Well, that's nice and helpful.
It is nice and helpful. We've also got, as you say, Julian here, Danestar as well, and Danestar seemed to have a really good time in the Podium Championship this year, Odems.
Yeah, a lovely time, didn't he? He started off the season strong. As I said, it was a really close. I remember this. It was a really close race in Australia where we were left thinking who's going to win this championship. But after Bahrain, he just smashed it out the park. And as I described in our last late night talk show. My brain just went there. He just sort of went sicko mode and just left the competition for dead. Had a bit of a blip, and Jordan was catching up to him. It looked like it was going to be the biggest bottle of all time, but he rediscovered himself, refound his pace, refound his form, and he won by 99 points in the end. Also won the constructors with his teammate Gazaman.
Oh, nice. We've just had news here that Ermi and Reflow will be joining us for the second race. So I'm assuming then they'll be starting from the back, considering they wouldn't have had a result from the first race. But we'll see what happens. At the moment, we've still got 15 people in this race, all champions. So this should be a really good one. One-shot qualifying. And one-shot qualifying is always difficult to keep up with because the leaders change about 3 times every half a second. Yeah. But we will keep up to date with whoever's leading at that moment in time. But it might just mean hogging the mic, Hodem. So I do apologise in advance.
No, not a problem. I just before as the time clicks down to start one shot quali, you know, we're here to talk about the champions, but we should talk about the champions and their foils. So shout out to Tom in the chat, also known as Wama. He was one of Ali Diaz's rivals. I wouldn't say direct rival because the pace gap was a bit big, but he was one of the people who pushed Ali Diaz the most, and he finished runner-up in season 11. So we would love to see him back in Hub, possibly for season 13, as he does have his own bit of history in this chat, or in this league. We're tracking for. But yeah.
And let's see how they all do. The man in the other Sauber, I'm no idea how you pronounce your name, so I will apologise for butchering it in advance. Maybe you can help me out, Odems.
Man in the south. Oh, just call him Chris.
I'll call him Chris then. That sounds absolutely fantastic. Matt, your daddy then. We're on board with... Put someone straight on board. Yeah, the man is going... it's pointless telling you what position he's in, but there is Matt, your daddy now, going all the way now. Here we go through this fast left-right-hander, and Matt, your daddy looks like he's lost the back end. Or just about keeps it in check. Meanwhile, Sean then, Podium Tier commentator last time around, back in the car this time. And here he comes now, coming through the hairpin. Currently leading the pack with MLA just behind. But as you can see, it's very nip and tuck as Marley was on top for a second there. But now drops to 4th. Julian there in 5th place in the McLaren. Here's Sean then making his way through the DRS zone and making his way down towards the heavy braking zone of turns 8 and 9. And you've got to watch the traction here on the exit of turn 9, especially these curves on the inside here. Watch for this curve on the entrance of turn 9. You can see there Sean just slightly losing that back end. Julian now up to 2nd place as we now head through turn 10 with the Ferrari. As we now head now towards turns 11, 12 and 13. Expect cars to go side by side through here, through 11, now through 12 and 13. I've seen Odems go side by side through some of these corners here, maybe even leaving the track at some point, but there we go. And here comes Sean now, coming down towards turns 15 and 16. The brake is over 16 here. Goes towards the corner of turn 17. You can see locking up there now. Julian's taken the lead here as Cliffy, Cliffy, Julian, Sean, Ali Diaz, they're all fighting for that position. No idea who to ride on board as we head towards the start finish line. Julian running wide at the exit of turn 20, now turning into turn 21. Will he be able to grab pole position here for the first race? Yes, he will, by 0.05 of a second. What a lap from Julian there. Very close between that top 4. Fantastic. And Julian in prime position for this first race.
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing qualifying. Julian, Cliffy, Ali Diaz, and Sean all just vying for it. Sean had it for like the longest time, but Julian just caught right up to him and stalled it by just under half a tenth. Fairly close grid. 1st to 6th, all in within 4/10 of each other. Pinnacle Tier, Mali Kekic getting himself up into 5th place. He'll be happy with that. And Podium Tier champion Danestar in 7th place, just ahead of Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. With Tempfear, Lukey, Nick, Leo Blade, Chris, and Matt, your daddy, with Rex at the bottom there. 3.8 seconds off the pace then. Oh, that's going to be a big advantage to have to make up. But let's look at it this way. He might have pole position for race 2. You never know.
He might do. I guess there's a nice silver lining to every story. But I think his mind will be more focused on this one.
So let's have a go in the chat then. Who do you think is going to win the first race of tonight then? Of course, it's 25%, so we are expecting one pit stop tonight. Odems, maybe just talk us through the strategy for tonight's race.
Yeah, so obviously it should be one pit stop. Should be an easy hypers to ultras. And after the tire temp patch, you shouldn't really be seeing any overheating, really. Which is so useful, by the way. So yeah, it should be easy hypers to ultras.
So, again, let's have a vote in the chat then. Who is going to take the first win tonight? And of course, remember, the results from race 1 get reversed, and that's the grid for race 2. So, I wonder if there's a strategy here. Yes, you can try and run away with it in the first race and win it, but then you'll be starting from the back of the grid in race 2. Is it maybe better to stay in that midfield?
I mean, that's what people will be thinking, but there's a primal instinct of some of these drivers, like Leo Blade, I imagine, hasn't picked up his wheel in ages. He's only come onto this event today, which, you know, fair play to him, and we are so happy to have him here. But, you know, Leo Blade, Chris, these people are champions, and they might be in this midfield, but, you know, that primal instinct just to overtake that car in front of them and push might overcome them. And they'll be, throw that strategy up, maybe I should just stay in the middle after them.
Well, we've got nearly all the grid on Hypersoft tyres. Of course, the top 10 have to qualify, or start, I should say, on the tyre they qualified on. We've got Nick then going for the alternate strategy. He's starting on Ultra Soft tyres, as is Chris there in 13th place. But everybody else going for the Hypersoft tyres. Have a look in the chat then, Jack Laverty. I'm very sorry if I butcher these names, by the way. I'm not very good at them. He says he thinks Sean will win. He doesn't know why, though. Well, he's in second place. He had a really good pace through the first two sectors. Just seemed like the third sector let him down a little bit. But you can see there, he's really pushing Julian to get on with this formation lap. We've also got James Slater saying Cliffy's going to win it. Cliffy there in fourth place. Again, battling hard in that one-shot qualifying in that top 4 that was only separated by just around 0.2 of a second. So a really balanced field, especially in the top 10. Maybe outside the top 10, might be interested to see where they start for race 2.
Yeah, we've got a lot to watch out for. There's a bit of a, you know, it's weird to see how all these people stack up to each other in terms of pace. Leo Blade will probably be wondering why he's slower than Nick all of a sudden, because that was usually never the case. Tempfear is wondering why he's all the way down in 9th, because Tempfear is probably one of our most dominant champions in 8 races in the 8-race season of season 5. So drivers will be finding themselves a bit caught out, but that'll just add to the spectacle. Is this Champions Charity event?
Well, here we are then. They're all champions in their own right, drivers or constructors. They've earned their way here, and we're ready for race number 1 here under the floodlights here at Abu Dhabi. We're almost ready to go then for the very first race as we count up towards those 5 red lights. Race 1 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like Julian's got a fantastic start, but Sean's bogged down at the start. That's going to allow Ali Diaz to get the position. He has to go round the outside here at turn 1, goes off the track slightly and comes back on and joins ahead of the Ferrari. Have a look further down the field then. We've got the 2 Renaults there of Danestar and Lukey starting P6 and P7. Nick trying to make those ultra tyres work. That's Matt's Daddy in trouble. He's spun. That was at an instant there with Rex through turn 3 there. Jump on back on board with Ali Diaz then as he tries to get the car under control. Then Sean putting him under an immense amount of pressure here as you now head towards turns 8 and 9. You can see there Ali Diaz under pressure. You can see the Red Bulls in the background as well. Cliffy got a terrible start. He's down in 9th place and Sean's trying to go for a move then down towards turn 8. Up the inside it goes. Sean's not going to give him a lot of room here and Ali Diaz has to back out of it through turn 9. Sean gets the move done and yeah, Cliffy down to P11, now down to P12. I wonder if he's got some sort of problem here, maybe a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Leo Blade battling away with Tempfear as we head now down towards turns 11, 12 and 13. Danestar looking for a move around the outside of MLA, not going to be there though. And we've also got the battle with Tempfear and Leo Blade. Tempfear gets ahead, stays ahead, and he's got Nick and Cliffy right behind them. I just wonder what's happened to Cliffy. He's so far down now, and now he's under pressure from Chris.
His left front tyre looks a bit weird to me. He must have some sort of maybe cooling damage, I don't know. His left front tyre looks like it's worn already on like lap 1, which is great. He's going very slowly. I don't know what's happening to Cliffy, but he's gonna have to pit ASAP for those supers. Meanwhile, Manny on the back of burning the wheel, who is dropping off the back of Sean just a little bit. Stainstar right behind the MLA. That'll be an interesting fight.
Yeah, Lukey makes a move on Samster then as we make our way through turn 2. But he's going to have another bite of the cherry here, Samster. Maybe around the outside of turn 3 here, riding on board with the Ferrari drivers who make our way now down towards turn 5 and 6. Lukey's got the position, though. We've got yellow flags out. And is that 10th here? It is! 10th it off at turn 3, and that could have been a loss of back end there. Lots of these drivers like to run a bit higher ballast towards the rear of the car, and that is a prime example through turns 2 and 3 of when the back end just gets really loose. Danestar.
Here's Marley.
Here comes Marley then, trying to make a move on Ali Diaz, but yeah, as you say, he had to pull out of it then, as we now make our way through turn 10, all the way through now. As you can see, Lukey and Sam still battling away for that 7th place. Remember, they are scoring points for their charity, and they are putting those donations forward. Every point, every position matters. Here comes Samson then, down towards turn 11, trying to go around the outside. Nothing doing though. Lukey defends, and defends well. He was having a really good season in the Pinnacle Tier, especially the second half. Obviously, Samster dominated towards the end of it and managed to wrap it up at Japan, of all places. Matty Daddy then still trying to put Rex under a bit of pressure. What are you spotting out there, Odems?
Just running on board, MLA and Dainster so close to each other this whole time. And Lukey and Sam came to blows around Mexico. So it's pretty interesting to see them nose to tail here on Abu Dhabi, and hopefully they keep it a bit more cordial than they did in Mexico. But yeah, just watching Manny follow learning the wheel, Danestar follow MLA, just waiting for that DRS to open. Sean, meanwhile, is just about outside of DRS. Learning the wheel made a bit of a mistake there, but he just about kept it. But that'll have Manny sniffing blood.
Yeah, absolutely. Ali Diaz holding on to 3rd place at the moment. Julian leads, though, 1.1 ahead of Sean. And then it's Ali Diaz in 3rd, Marley 4th, with MLA, Danestar, Lukey, Samster, Leo Blade, Nick, Chris, Matt Your Daddy, Rex, Tenfear and Cliffy. That's 15 so far. They're all still in the running. Here's Marley then with the DRS. Of course, it's enabled this lap on the back of Ali Diaz. Looks to the left-hand side as we make our way now down towards turns 8 and 9. As you can see there, the Williams had the later braking, and Marley here might try a little bit of a cutback through turn 9. Can he get the traction down? As we now make our way through turn 10, he'll have another bite of the cherry through the second DRS zone. Moves to the right hand side as we make our way now down towards turns 11, at 12 and 13. Look out for MLA, who's also trying to take a sniff of the action. Ali Diaz tries to go up the inside, but nothing doing. Marley takes that position away. Up to 3rd place he goes, and here Ali Diaz has to be careful because he's now under immense pressure from MLA and Danestar right behind him.
I'm loving watching Danestar battle with these guys. You know,
up the inside, bit of contact there. You know what? That's your first curse of the commentator of the night. I expect those to continue through. And well, Danestar there tried out. Well, yes, thankfully launched it up the inside at turn 17, but nothing doing there as Julian sets the fastest lap of the race. Watch out for Chris here, who's trying to battle away with Nick as we make our way now towards the final corner, losing the back end slightly. Samster into the pits then on lap number 4. Is that early, Odems? Was that about right?
It's early, but I think it's smart because the undercuts, especially 25% races, it's so important to undercut people. So yeah, I think it's a smart decision to pit lap 4. I'm surprised no one else has done that, as Sean is still just creeping outside the second gap to Julian. What I was saying before Danestar just launched it down the inside was that I was loving watching him battle with these prestige pace guys, because you know he's just licking his lips, because you know season 13 he could definitely be up there in terms of tier placement. So he's a nice little trial for him.
Yeah, absolutely, to go toe to toe with the best. As you can see here, Ali Diaz still trying to get that DRS working for him as he chases down Marley, but where he's attacking Marley, he has to be careful to defend from MLA as we make our way now down towards 11, 12 and 13. And Ali Diaz just staying behind for now as we now make our way through the S section all the way towards turn 14 as Danestar picks up a 3-second time penalty. We might have to keep an eye on those, Odems. They really could shape up this race finish order.
Yeah, obviously I'm not sure how much time Danestar gained when he was shafting the corners. I hope he gained enough time. But yeah, penalties obviously are very important around here. So keeping it clean will be just as important as going fast. And Danestar already find himself on the back foot. As Sean pits, Danestar follows suit.
And Marley in as well. So that's going to promote Ali Diaz and MLA up to the podium now. Julian still leads, so as you say, Odems, they're planning the undercut. Could be very powerful out here, and Julian just finds himself a little bit stranded out there for a lap as he looks to try and build that advantage. Will Sean make the undercut work though? Running on board with MLA as we make our way now down towards turns 5 and 6. And the exit of 6 doesn't really matter as long as you get the entries of turn 7 absolutely spot on. The traction zone there as well can really hurt those rear tyres. And MLA here, you can see, falling a little bit further back than he was just a couple of corners ago. He'll have the DRS heading down towards turns 8 and 9 to help him a little bit. And we've got to watch out for Marley then, who's joined on a set of super soft tyres, Odems. He runs a little bit deep into turn 8 there. That's cost him that valuable opportunity he could have had chasing down Ali Diaz.
Yeah, I'm just riding on board with Nick and Leo. These two definitely have a history. My fondest moment of these two was in Singapore, where Cliffy actually, under a safety car, held up the entire grid just to give Leo Blade that breathing space needed. Leo, by the time the safety car went into the pits, Leo did have like a 5-second gap. And Nick was so annoyed. I remember being the middleman between him, Leo, and Cliffy during that whole thing. But yeah, these two definitely have a history. They found each other in the sewers with each other on more than a numerous amount of times. So nice to see them back on track together. It looks like they just about have that pace advantage at the moment.
Julian into the pits then from the lead as Nick still tries to put that pressure on Leo Blade as we make our way through turn 20. Will Leo Blade come into the pits? No, Odems, he stays out. And what about the decision from Marley then to go onto a set of super soft tyres? That's a bit of an unorthodox call there.
It was unorthodox, but it could work. It won't work out, but it could possibly work out if his competitors in front of him.
It might work out, but it won't work out. There's Julian in the pits, by the way, making his way out. And has Sean made the undercut work? No, he hasn't. Surely. Julian rejoins ahead. Wow. I think Sean was caught in a little bit of traffic there. He was battling Matt Your Daddy.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
a mile behind.
Yeah, Julian rejoins way ahead. There you go. And Julian now tries to find a way past Chris now, who's yet to stop Nick and Leo Blade, making their way now down towards turns 8 and 9. Nick going down the inside. Leo Blade doesn't really have a lot to defend with. And we make our way now towards turns 8 and 9. But of course the second detection point is after turn 10. So that means Leo Blade gets another chance at getting past Nick once again. And here he goes into the slipstream then as we make our way down towards turn 11. What's he thinking? He looks to go to the right. Nick defends the left-hand side. And there you go, Nick covering off that line. Runs a little bit deep into turn 11, but gives himself enough cover there to get the exit of 12 and 13 the way he wanted them. And he takes the lead of the race, although the top three are yet to stop in this race.
Yep. Just one other word on Julian as he's right behind Chris in the Sauber. So yeah, that's probably the case. Ignore all the X's in his name. Yeah, Julian, this is where, as racing with Julian, this is where I always found him was most clinical. He always just picked the perfect, and I mean perfect time to hit. He always, like, there'd be so many times where I was racing, I would be maybe like second or third, he'd be like 8th or something. And after the pit stop cycles, all of a sudden I'm in a battle with him. Because he just picks the perfect time to pit all the time. And it's just shown, once again, he avoided the carnage that Sean found himself in. And he's himself in first place, net first place for the pits.
Absolutely, and he timed that move against Chris to perfection, goes around the outside, although I'm not sure Chris was battling too hard for that position. Meanwhile, we've got a battle of the Renaults developing. Lukey ahead of Danestar, and you can see there, Lukey made the overcut work there. Looks like, yeah, so Lukey came in after Danestar, so maybe the overcut is something to remember for these drivers as we head towards race 2 then. Sean.
Dane and Sam must have got caught up in something as well, because surprisingly Lukey got them both. Speaking of got them, running the wheel also, we took Mali, but Mali pissed off sticking on with those super softs, so maybe he hasn't made the worst decision of all time.
Well, there goes Sean then. He took out a DRS wall to get past Chris, but Chris there just couldn't quite defend from Sean on fresher tyres. Marley, meanwhile, right behind Ali Diaz, a little bit of contact, front wing to rear wing then. Luckily no damage to either car, and they'll keep going on, but Marley then known to be a little bit aggressive with these moves, but he's right behind Ali Diaz for now. Luki has been passed by his teammate Danestar, but I'm not sure teammate is the right word for a race like this. But Cliffy then, 11th place, started in the top 4, finds himself in 11th place on those super soft tyres, and whatever the problem was at the start of the race, it's really hindered his performance today.
Yeah, people were saying that they think he might have gotten a tyre wear glitch. I think that was definitely what it was. His tyres were looking terrible on lap 1, which was insane. So I think that was definitely must have been some sort of glitch. But obviously, there's no damage in this this mob of the event. So possibly tyre wear glitch happened for Cliffy, and that's why he found himself all the way down the order.
Well, lap 8 of this Grand Prix. We're halfway through the first race, and it's Julian that leads. Nick is in second, although he's yet to stop. That's Sean in third, with Chris in fourth, yet to stop. Ali Diaz in fifth, Marley sixth, MLA seventh, Danestar eighth, Lukey in ninth, and Samster in 10th. That is your top 10 so far. They will all... Oh, is that...
I was watching Learning the Wheel on Chris. He moved at a very late time to get the overtake done, and he's blotched the overtake completely, actually. Chris finds his way back past, and now managing to get possibly the pair of them. But yeah, a very late move out from Learning the Wheel. Sort of hit the back of Chris, and not the best of overtakes, and now Mali almost gets 2-1, but he's in behind Chris. I noticed that while getting overtaken by these by the front runners, Chris sort of caught up to him doing that. So possibly thinking that Leo Blade might get Nicky
Marley going for a move.
The best place to overtake is Learning the Wheel sort of gets forced into a corner cut there by Mali.
Here he goes then down towards turn 20. You can see there Chris is struggling for grip on these tyres. In fact, he does peel into the pits right now, and Ali Diaz must be a little bit frustrated with that, as he really extends the final corner there. So that was all the way back in 2017, that looked like. But as we now make our way with Ali Diaz, and Marley's now gone up to P3, and I can't help feel that Ali Diaz will be a little bit frustrated with that. But there's MLA once again in 5th place, looking on ominously, seeing if he can take advantage of this situation.
Here comes Nick and Leo Blade. Yeah, Leo Blade's just about got him. So these guys are going to continue their little rivalry.
As they now head down towards turns 5 and 6. And of course, Nick now is on a set of hypersoft tyres, so he will be quick towards the end here of this race as we head into turn 7 now. We're just going to jump back on board with Ali Diaz, who tries a move down the inside of Marley as we head to turns 8 and 9. The Haas has the inside for the next corner, but it's a little bit of contact there, and Ali Diaz goes through, and the Haas gets a compromised exit because of that contact. And here comes MLA, and there we go. The Williams lets the Haas back through, but in doing so, Marley has not only gained a position, but MLA has got onto the podium spots. So there you go. That was the moment MLA was waiting for, and he seized this opportunity. Up onto the podium he goes.
I'm just loving this little trifecta, well not trifecta, fourfecta of Sean, MLA, Mali and Ali Diaz. It's like season 10 reunion. All of these guys had their battles during that season. So it's nice. It's like a little throwback watching all of them fight each other. Mali and Learning the Wheel joined mid-season, both of them. Learning the Wheel picked up 2 wins. Mali picked up the podiums here and there. So it's nice seeing them renew rivalries as MLA sneaks into the podium, just like he did in this race on the actual season 12, a few weeks ago.
Now remember, every point that a driver scores tonight, One Hub is donating 25 pence to a charity of their choice. So they are battling for their charities there to donate as much as they possibly can. And at the moment, MLA has really seized that opportunity between the two of them battling here. And Marley on the super soft tyres, well, he'll have a consistent pace towards the end of this race. But at the moment, he's behind MLA, who looks to just try and get away from it. Julian leads, by the way, 5.8 seconds the gap now to Sean. Oh, it's the Williams runs into the back. Ali Diaz goes into the back of the Haas, completely missed his braking point there. And that is the Renault of Danestar going through for 5th place now. And Ali Diaz there just seemed to miss his braking point completely there.
He did. Mali doesn't use any ABS, and Ali Diaz does, I believe. So I've just caught him out there in closing speed. And unfortunately, that's not helped his case, position-wise or tyre life-wise.
And that is a Williams, yeah, pulling off to the side there. I wonder, well, as you say, Odems, there's no damage in this lobby, so I wonder what's going on here with the Williams.
Maybe he's a bit ashamed of himself. I don't know.
Maybe it was broadcast live on the stream. He's just thinking, oh, I'll back off. I'll back off. As Lukey extends turn 20 there on the exit there. We have... He pits, does he? I think he's going for the fastest lap now then. Must be.
I think maybe he must have hooked his tyres by spinning like that.
Ah, that's an idea, yes. That could have been what happened then. Ah, good thinking. Well, here's Samsa then for 7th place, chasing down Lukey. And these two hardly battled each other at all in the Pinnacle Tier. Just the season gone now, they're on the same bit of track battling each other.
Yeah. It's like he's never been a season 12 for Sam and Lukey.
Oh, and Temp is off again. Temp off again at the exit of turn 4 there. So again, is he running too much ballast towards the rear? It just seems like a classic case of that right now.
Possibly, but he's got a good run here on Lukey. Will he turn it up? He's keeping it in low, so maybe he's just not interested in overtaking at the moment.
Well, here comes Samsa then, looking to the right-hand side as we head towards 11, 12 and 13. Taking the Grosjean line then, completely cutting that curb on the right-hand side on the entrance to the corner, but not enough for Sam then. Yeah, Odems knows all about quarter cuts on the last lap, don't you, Odems?
Of course. Tactical corner cuts.
Love it. Samsa here, still trying to chase down Lukey as we now head through towards turn 19 on the run now towards 20 and 21. And we're coming towards the closing stages of race number 1. We have 3 laps to go here. Julian leads by 7.9 seconds ahead of Sean in second. MLA rounds up to top 3. Then it's Marley, Danestar, Lukey, Samster, Cliffy, Nick, Learblade, Chris, Matt Your Daddy, Tempfear, Learning the Wheel, and Rex brings up the rear guard in 15th place. 6.7 seconds off Learning the Wheel. And let me tell you something, Ali Diaz pitted. And Rex is still behind him.
Yeah, not the best about it for Rex. But as we said, damage is off, so he hasn't finished the race since France, season 12. So, you know, this is his time to finally finish the race. So I don't think he'll be too upset.
Still I Rex. I'm going to get that tattooed on the back of my neck now.
Yeah.
Samster here, still piling on the pressure on that Renault in front of him, but he just can't seem to get the exit that he needs out of turn 8 or out of turn 13. It just seems he's struggling for traction at the moment, Samster, and Lukey's taking full advantage.
Lukey can be pretty proud of himself, keeping the Pinnacle Tier champion behind.
Absolutely, the reigning Pinnacle Tier champion as well.
As Julian picks up the penalty, but I was about to say, he's 9 seconds clear of Sean. So I don't know what's happened there.
It could be Sean's realising that he's actually going to start ahead of him in the second race. So maybe he's just thinking, well, I'm happy with second. As long as I win the second race, I've got a chance of winning this whole thing.
True. Yes, make sure you carve through the field quicker than Julian does.
Well, I mean, even if it's a charity event, racing drivers never switch off. They always want to win.
Of course. You see all that by Ali Diaz plowing to the back of Malik. That wasn't the mindset of someone who just wanted to chill. As Chris, unfortunately, he's found himself disconnected from the race.
That's disqualified. Oh no!
Welcome back to F1, Chris, season 7 champion.
And
not what he's used to, I imagine. That was all the way back in F1 2015. So it's a new game, Chris.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what that does? That promotes Rex up to P14. Already, he's made up a position. I'm happy with him now, and he can be happy with tonight. Samster here. We're in the DRS zone of Lukey as we head now towards turns 8 and 9. Does he look for an opportunity? No, he doesn't. Looks like he's going to stay behind and again prioritise his exit out of turn 9. As he now head through turn 10, much closer to Lukey than he has been before. In the DRS, on the run, down towards turns 11, 12 and 13 with only 2 laps to go. Samson's going to go round the outside. Lukey's got the inside line in towards turn 11 and you can really park it on the apex here, and that's exactly what Lukey's done, and still he stays ahead of Samster. And this has Vitaly Petrov vibes right here, and I'll tell you what, it's a Renault powered car doing it.
It is against a Ferrari-powered car.
And a Red Bull right behind. This is too freaky right now.
This is some weird sort of deja vu going on. Fortunately, the stakes aren't quite as high, close. But yeah, some weird deja vu going on. Really doing a great job defending Sam.
Well, Julian has just started the final lap of race number 1. Where is he on track? He's just coming through turn 7, so we'll keep an eye on him. Closest battle out on the track, though, is this battle for 6th place.
Yeah, as you were mentioning that Red Bull obviously would be Webber, and now that I see that it's Cliffy, that makes a lot of sense, because Cliffy is known to just finish in second in that one, well, back when it was only there for TS. He was known, especially throughout season 8 and 9, just to finish second almost every single time. So he's not uncomfortable with being the second man. He's Cliffy, as he hounds the back of these two.
Absolutely. Here comes Julian then coming through. I believe this is now coming towards the final sector as he goes through 16 and through 17. And at the moment, it looks like he's going to safely wrap up race number 1. Of course, we do have a race after this one, and it is reverse grid of these results. So, as it stands, Julian's starting from the back in race number 2. Here he comes then towards turn 20, and then towards turn 21. And Julian then is going to win race number 1 of the Race of Champions. And he's pretty thrilled with that one. It's safe to say then, Sean then was the second back before that pit window, and after that pit window it never got the same for Sean as he crosses the line. 12 seconds down as he spins across the line. Does he take the checkered? Yes, he does. MLA then has to avoid the Ferrari, but finishes in 3rd. Marley then will come across the line in 4th place. Dane starts happy with 5th place. Lukey then coming towards the line. He'll lead the charge for 6th place, and that is Nick then jumping up to 6th place with all those penalties. Wow. It's actually Nick taking 6th place. With Lukey in 7th, Samster 8th, Cliffy 9th, and then Leo Blade rounding off the top 10 then. So all those 10 drivers have just got 25 pence towards their charity for every single point they scored just then. So Matt Your Daddy finishing just outside the points then, with Ali Diaz coming across the line on those Hypersoft tyres. 10th here, not been his greatest race, but he'll want to bounce back in race number 2. And there is the fan favourite Rex. 0 wins, 0 podiums, but I tell you what, this is the first race he's finished since France in season 12 just gone, and I think he'll be pretty happy with that one. And he comes across the line in 14th. Chris getting disqualified for multiple warnings, and that was his race 1 done. Yeah,
amazing that Nick jumped so many positions on the line there. I did not see him in that battle at all, but he snuck in there and he managed to steal 6th place. Well, here's your winner, Julian. He's used to being on the top step of the podium, is the German. And he has Sean and his teammate MLA, who's his teammate of season 12 there for company. Actually, now that I think about it, MLA was teammates with both of these drivers when he won his Constructors' Championship, season 10 and 12. So that's a nice little throwback.
Well, there you go. Odems with the throwbacks. It's all you need for tonight. So, wow, look at all those penalties. My goodness. Well, Julian then wins the first race then. Here, then Sean is in 2nd, Everlay in 3rd, Marley in 4th with Danestar 5th, Nick in 6th with Lukey 7th, Samster in 8th, Cliffy 9th, and Leah Blade in 10th. Matt Your Daddy just outside the points with Ali Diaz 12th, 10th here 13th, Rex in 14th, and then Chris disqualified from the race for multiple warnings. He surely won't start from the front. He might start from the back since he was disqualified.
I mean, yeah, but you might as well just keep making him start first. I mean, for the fun, if anything.
Oh, absolutely. That's it. Put Chris on pole. In fact, put Rex 2 sectors ahead of the grid. That would be a good race. I'd watch. That'd be an even better race. I like that one. So, we have ourselves, I believe, is this going to be a new lobby, Odems? We'll just have to fill some air for a little bit.
That's fine. I think you and I are both very good at talking.
I mean, I know I am. I know you're very good at track extending. So, I think we're all good.
I am. I am very good at track extending.
I know. I've seen video evidence of it. It's great. It's absolutely great. Let's talk more about some of the champions then, whilst we've got some time. champions we haven't talked about. Let's talk about Matt Your Daddy. Finished 11th in that one. Obviously, we'll be starting nearer the front in race number 2. Just talk to us about Matt Your Daddy.
Yeah, Matt Your Daddy joined during season 10 of One Hub. He was in the podium tier. He was teammates with Luki actually in the Ferrari. I believe they finished. I want to say they finished third in the constructors. I think that's where they finished. So a good showing from them to finish there. And season 11, he did very good in qualifying night to find himself in the Pinnacle Tier, and teammates with the aforementioned Ali Diaz. Ali Diaz stormed to victory in the Pinnacle Tier, winning most of the races. And my daddy will just tell you he was just there for the ride. I believe he scored. I don't want to say it, but I think he scored about 4 points, which every little helps.
Right, I have to cut across you, Odems, just to accept this invite. Everyone else will just see a blue screen, and Odems will be cut off. Now he's back. Welcome back, Odems. Sorry I had to cut you off there.
Good. I was about to reveal all my deepest, darkest secrets, so thanks for the warning.
Oh, lovely. You were literally off screen for 2 seconds. But you're back now, so it's lovely. Yeah. So, anything else to say about Matt Your Daddy?
No, I think I covered it. There for the ride.
There for the ride. That's all right. I mean, I would have loved to have been there for the ride, and a championship-winning team, but no, wasn't to be. I don't think. How about Chris then? Obviously disqualified from this race, doesn't put himself in a particularly good light for the second race. But yeah, talk to us about Chris.
Chris, I'll try and talk about Chris in the least biased way possible, but it'll be very hard for me. So Chris was actually, he drove in season 1 alongside Nick back when he was like, I don't know, 11 or something. He was very young back then. I think he got disqualified from that championship for taking someone out on purpose, so we won't talk about that. But he joined back in season 6. He was teammates with Temphier as the battle between the Williams and the Mercedes raged on. It was a very epic battle between Nick and Jono of the Mercedes and Temp and Chris of the Williams. Throughout season 6, on track, off track, there was just so much mayhem between the two. It was a proper rivalry. Honestly, I can attribute that to one of the reasons why I became so involved in One Hub and in league racing in general. Just listening to stories that Nick would tell me of those rivalries between those four. So into season 7, one of the gimmicks of season 7 was that qualifying would just be you just set a lap quick as you can, all sets of tires. Then the race would be a different lobby and it'll be random grid. And here comes me trying to be as unbiased as possible, but Chris just got the front row literally every single time, just starting either first or second, and through that and some good driving. There was good driving involved. I can't be totally unbiased, but throughout that he managed to win the season 7 championship, confirmed it in Malaysia.
Malaysia.
So, yeah.
When we used to go to Malaysia.
In One Hub.
I have to say, please make sure, by the way, we're doing really well tonight in the charity side. Let me just give the page a refresh just to see how we're doing. We have raised so far £232 and 6p, so a big thank you to everybody who's donated. As little or as much as you like, every little helps. And Odems, I think I'm gonna make a donation. I'm gonna join the fun.
Of course. Everyone's obviously open to make donations, and as you said, every little helps. The more the merrier, and all the charities will be very, very grateful, and for the cause that we are promoting here tonight.
Absolutely. Now I just got to remember my login details. This might take a while. I'll tell you what. Let's fill some more air. How about Temphier? We haven't spoken much about Temphier apart from the 2 spins he had. Talk to us about Temphier.
Yes, Temphier. He joined during season 7. Not season 7. Sorry, season 5. That year was one of our break years. So the odd number year, even number years would be the full season. The odd number years would be the the half seasons. He joined during the half season, so there was no Ermi, no Jono, just little old Nick to compete with Temfear, and Temfear just wiped the floor with him. Really, wiped the floor with the whole grid. Out of the 8 races, he won every single one, took maximum points. Yeah, and he carried that form into season 6, winning the first 2, I believe. He had a big rivalry with Jono, our former head steward, who was stepped down from that position. Yeah, he and Temp had quite the rivalry. Temp would always bemoan and lambast how Jono had a racing wheel, so his tire wear was much better compared to Temp's, and Temp would never fear to bring that up. So yeah, these two came to blows many times on and off track, most notably Britain. Italy, I remember there was a last lap overtake, and Temp put Jono into the stewards because he didn't like the overtake. In Belgium, Chris, Temp, and Jono all came to blows on track, which involved Jono and Chris not retiring, but I think they crashed out. So Temp and Jono, they had quite the rivalry. Jono obviously won that championship, clinching it in Mexico. But yeah, Temp then rejoined in season 11. He didn't have the best of times, always finding himself at the back of the grid, through no fault of his own sometimes. And we're happy to have him back on this charity event.
Absolutely, and I believe we have. Let me check if they're both here just yet. I thought Reflow was here. I thought I spotted him come into the lobby, but obviously not. Am I just making this up?
I didn't see him, so I think maybe you're just seeing things. Just so we could have him here.
Maybe. Oh, there he is. I told you. I wasn't making this up. I did see him. It's all good. I'm all right. I'm not going crazy yet. Yeah. Well, since Reflow's just joined us in this one, why don't we go through Reflow's career?
Yes, Reflow, or as I like to call him, Kian version 2. He joined during season 11, and it was funny. In season 11, the first 3 or 4 races, I believe the first 4 or 5, or maybe even 6. I think it was the first 5. I'm just rattling off numbers right here. First, I think 5 races, we had 5 different winners. If I can remember off the top of my head, Tejwar, Luki, who's one of them we have here, Razart, Reflow, and Emphatix. So after Reflow won his race, I believe that was in USA, he just won the rest of the races. He just dominated straight up after that, and he went down as one of the most dominant champions. He then joined the Pinnacle Tier in season 12, the season just gone by. He looked to be the favorite, especially after the first 2 races where he won. His career is actually sounding a bit similar to Temfear right now. But yeah, first 2 races he wins. But Sam came roaring back, and unfortunately not Temfear, Reflow had a few personal issues he had to deal with, so he missed a couple races, and by the time he came back, Sam was a bit too dominant. But he did recover. He finished 3rd in the championship, and I think he'll be definitely looking at possibly either the Pinnacle Tier championship once again, or possibly sneaking into Prestige Tier.
Absolutely. Make sure you are ODEMs, spectate.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
You're holding us all up.
I was too busy telling my story about Reflow that I just forgot.
Oh, you
Nick's
forgot
just
to
shouting at me in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all shouting at you in the chat. Yeah, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of ODEM spectate. Anyway, the countdown started now, so literally we were waiting for you. So that's always encouraging.
Oh, okay.
That's all we were waiting for.
There were so many people.
Yeah, so many people. Have you just opened it?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have opened it.
Oh,
no. Well, it's done now.
I like how people would say it in caps as if that would make me hear them.
Yeah, as if well, I mean, that's kind of my fault. No, it's all your fault.
I got a Twitter message and a PlayStation message about it as well. My bad.
Well. Anyway, well, we're here now. We've got in for our second race. Obviously, the grid is reversed from the race results last time around, so it'll be interesting to see where Chris and Reflow go, because of course Chris was disqualified and Reflow didn't attend the first race. So where do we see that lining up?
Reflow's quick enough to where I think it'd be too much of an advantage to just give him first place. So I think he'd be starting at the back, and I think Chris, I think he should go first. That's what I want. That's what the people want. But he'll probably be at the back.
Well, we go into this one then, and if I could spell properly, I'd be a great person, but apparently I can't. Anyway, enough about my
inabilities.
Yeah. Lukey's saying then Odems loves the attention. Sean, meanwhile, one of the drivers says, "I've run out of beer. Help." When you drive, never drink. Isn't that what Bernie used to say? I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
When
Ever since John took to drinking, it's been, it's been non-stop. Fear for his poor liver.
We're all worried about you, Sean.
We are. This is an intervention. We disguise it as a charity event. But this is a very serious matter. We're here to talk.
Wow. I mean, well, nothing I could possibly say would top that from Odems. That's it. I've peaked in my commentary career. That's it now. I hang up the headset. Anyway, we're going for our formation lap then, and it is Reflow on pole position with Chris in second place. Rex, watch out for Rex. He's going to be my favourite to win this one. I'm predicting turn 1 carnage, and Rex is just going to go through and cruise home to a win. He's had a finish, and now I'm backing him to get the win now.
Rex isn't the torpedo car. Let me just tell Rex right now. Rex, there's no damage on. First corner, this is for charity, no one's going to mind. Just don't break. Make sure you take Reflow with you, and just go on from there.
We here at One Hub Racing do not condone dive bombs into turn 1 with damage off. Anyway, well, you can see there Julian in the background. Sean starting ahead of him, and of course the real winner here tonight is everybody who is donating, of course, and being a part of this charity event. It's fantastic, and we just want to say thank you to One Hub for hosting this, for inviting myself and Odems into the commentary box. Look what you've done. And also for organising this event. Thank you to all the champions who've come back just for this one night. As Odom said, some of them haven't picked up the game and the controller or the wheel in a long time, but they come back here for one last time as Reflow's left the session. No!
No.
Oh no!
I hope you can get back in before the start. Damn, it's seeming to be having internet issues. It's the wrong time.
Absolutely. Well, poor Reflow.
He's way to avoid Rex off the start, so I don't blame him too much.
Well, let's hope he can come back here, and come back into this race. Let's just hope. Let's just hope. As he's saying it in the chat as well that the game kicked him out, so it's really unfortunate there. As we head now to the grid for the second race tonight, reverse grids, and I'm expecting a small amount of carnage. Maybe, could be.
If by small you mean ginormous, yes.
Well, let's wait and see. Let's wait and find out. Reflow on pole with Chris in second place. Hopefully Reflow's back, and Reflow is currently spectating. That's not what we want. Hopefully he'll be able to choose the car when he gets back into the race. But you can see the ghost car there. As we await.
Just got in.
Hopefully he just got in then. So we await those 5 red lights then. They'll come on any moment now. Here they come for race number 2 here of the One Hub Champions charity event. Race 2 is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like Chris has gone to cover off the Toro Rosso straight away as we head all the way up towards turn 1. It's going to try and be 4 wide as we head through turn 1. Watch out here for the Ferrari. I think that's of Samster trying to get a move on here. Goes well off the track, and that's the Sauber in the wall. Sauber in the wall. Back your daddy. No. Oh, and there's a Ferrari off as well of Samster. Oh. I was joking when I said the carnage at the start here, but they're 2 cars off then as Leo Blay gets a little bit of a tap here from Nick behind as Rex there gets a 1-place penalty. sorry, a 5-second penalty for gaining a place, leaving the track. Meanwhile then, LTW has gone for it here. He's up to 4th place now, right behind 10th here, and that's also Rexit having to defend from a Force India as we head now down towards turn 8 as Temp tries to got the inside. Little bit of argy-bargy, but you can see there the Williams of LTW looking up the inside, but there's a Renault that's taken a bit of a beating there. Look at this, it's 4 wide as we head now down towards turn 11. This is insane. This can only end well. It's 5 wide. It's 5 wide. I can't believe this. Oh, it's all gone horribly wrong for LTW. But he's just completely cut the corner. And there's Nick who's gone around there. This is carnage. Absolutely carnage right now. Oh my goodness. Wow. A safety car's been deployed. Damage is off and a safety car has been deployed. Your driving's that bad, you deployed a safety car. Oh, amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris is going to lead at the end of lap 1, and I bet he wasn't going to say that. He's actually going to. He's
yeah,
I wonder how many.
Chris is going to
LTW and Cliffy, Tempe, all of them are pitting. They're going on to the Super Soft, surely, to the end of the race. Lukey stayed out though. They're all in the pits, bar 3 cars. Lukey, Leo, and Reflow, who I believe is a ghost car anyway. Oh my goodness, I can't believe what there's the safety car ready to pick up Lukey. I can't believe what I've just seen. Wow. I've never seen a safety car being deployed when there's no damage in the lobby whatsoever. I've never seen that before. But wow. The great thing is with a whole range of strategies now. Chris rejoining on a set of Super Soft, Cliffy Ultra Softs, Marley Supers, Learning the Wheel Ultras, Julian Supers, Sean Ultras, Temp Fear and Danestar Supers. Rex has gone back out on a set of Hyper Softs. Well, he's committed to a 2-stop there, that's for sure. MLA 13th Super Softs with Nick, Matt Your Daddy and Samster all on the Ultra Soft tires. I think what happened was someone up in that race control saw this race getting out of hand and thought, you know what guys, we need to calm down. We start this all over again. We'll do it one more time. But well,
my favorite thing ever was Ali Diaz just going nope, just shouting the entire
I can't believe we tried to make it 5 wide down into turn 11. Yeah. That's crazy. Well, it has opened up the strategies at least. There's Chris who's just about to catch up to the safety car, and I think we'll have one more lap under the safety car, I reckon. So we're going to get 11 laps of racing. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. It's not bad.
I feel like that one lap made up for about 10 laps.
I think so. All that action happened right there and then. Oh, just fantastic. Let's keep it a little bit cleaner for the rest of the race now, guys. Let's just calm it down. Let's just take a breather.
We have to look at the winners and losers of this. I think, first of all, the biggest loser is just the sheer concept of racing. After having to watch that. But the biggest winner has to be Lukey. He's all the way up in first place. Leo Blade, who finally pits. I don't know what took him so long. But yeah, Reflow finds himself. Is that Reflow or is it Reflow's dead ghost car?
I think it's his ghost car because he said he's not in the car. Yeah, so well, Reflow.
This is ghost cars maybe in the session.
Yeah, at least his ghost car's running in second place.
Yeah.
And not many people could say that.
Chris pretty much kept where he was initially. Manny made up a lot of positions. He's up into 5th ahead of Learning the Wheel, and Cliffy in 4th. So I have to say, Cliffy has to be one of the candidates for this win. Cliffy and Chris on the same piece of track is a nice little throwback to season 7, 8, and 9. I think Chris is actually the one who brought Cliffy into league racing. So nice to see those two sharing the same piece of tarmac.
I'll tell you what, Mark Coltai in the chat saying it's aggressive racing to get more points for their chosen charities. That's right, I never saw it that way.
Of course. Yeah, they're just so passionate about getting that money that, needs must. I respect it.
Yeah, they care so much about these charities. They're willing to make it 5 wide down to turn 11. I'm sorry, I'm not letting go of that 5 wide. I'm not letting go of it. Oh, man. I think I should just put that
5 wide and then like a row of 2 wide behind them as well.
I should put that on my Twitter and just put it pin tweet.
Yeah.
put it on the banner, pin tweet. Everybody who comes there can just see. Anyway, the things you do for charity, making it 5 wide, turn 11, at a track that's infamous for, you know, barely making it 2 wide. Well, the safety car lights are off, safety car's coming in, we've got 11 laps of racing, and it's all live here. And Leo actually rejoined in P15, he didn't rejoin at the back. Somehow, the queue of cars was waiting, and he made it out in front of Matt Your Daddy. Answers on a postcard, please, how that happened. Unless Matt... I think... You know what? No, I think Matt Your Daddy pitted as well. I think he pitted there. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because you can see there no laps next to his name. That's what happened. So, in all of that, Lukey and Reflow... Oh, sorry, just Lukey is the only car to stay out. And he'll be on a set of those hyper soft tyres. As we look to go racing, Lukey's gone for it. Through turn 20 and then through turn 21. I think he is, yes. I think he is back in his car. DRS enabled. We go across the safety car line. And we go racing once again here at race 2 here at Abu Dhabi as we head down towards turn 1. This time at least it is single file, but it looks like Danestar's making a move around the outside of 10th here, and he's got him. The Danestar's got the move done. Great move from him as they head through turn 1. Now the Toro Rosso's having a piece of the action. It's Rex. Rex has run so far wide though. He's jumping the curbs as we head now down towards turn 5, but I tell you what, he's got the move done. Now the Four-seater tries to move up the inside, nothing doing there, and Julian at the moment has got ahead of Sean. That's Nick going up the inside at turn 7. There's the McLaren of Julian making the move. Nick moves up a place ahead of Samster, but he's still now got 10th here right in front of him. Of course, DRS won't be activated now until lap 7, so we won't have DRS for very long in this race. Here's Nick in the slipstream as we make our way now down towards turn number 8 here. Up the inside, but the four-cylinder will have the inside for turn 9, but he jumps that sleeping policeman there. That's going to compromise his exit, and there you have it. Nick off the position then. And here comes Cliffy then down towards turn 11. This time it's a more sensible 2 wide. A little bit of contact between the two of them. Cliffy loses that back end. Has to concede the position to Chris there, who manages to hold it in P3. Meanwhile, Samster up to P12. Made his way past 10th here. And Temps just seems to be dropping down the field just a little bit right now. As Cliffy here making it side by side.
Chris goes wide. I think Cliffy might have just gotten it. So
and
tight,
he has.
He just about gets it.
Well, Chris there now down to P4, and Cliffy there, as you were saying, Odems, might be with a good chance of winning this race. And yeah, I'm wondering then if Refo has actually joined back into this race.
Yeah, he has.
So that's good then.
Yeah,
So
I don't think his AI car is that quick.
He's 3/10 behind Lukey as we now head towards turn 1 with Shaw then, and it's a train of cars and they're all following what looks like Cliffy here, but I'm sure that's not representative. Julian running across the curbs then. There's Ali Diaz then as Julian misses his braking point for turn 5 there as we head through turn 6. Sean puts him under that pressure. There's Marley as well, trying to have a move against Chris, and Chris pushing him to the left-hand side, being very aggressive here as we head now down towards turn 8 for the 5th time this race.
Sean and Julian as well.
And they're taking advantage of that slipstream as well, but Marley gets the move done then. But have a look at the Sauber up the inside as the Williams goes completely off. And that looked like Marley coming back onto his line. And Ali Diaz there just thinking, well, I'm not taking any part of this. He goes off the track again. Danestar then getting a move around the outside. And Ali Diaz now down to P8 there. As Chris then trying to defend again from Marley. As we head up the inside into 11.
So much. Julian lost out a lot from that. Him and Sean.
Those two are across the grass. Oh my goodness. I'm watching Marley and Chris there. They're across the grass. They're doing rallycross. They have no interest in keeping it on the track. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Sean and the Sauber then. And Sean backs out of the move then as we head in towards turn 17. And Danestar gets a 5-second stop-go penalty for gaining a place by cutting the track. And on top of that, Ali Diaz gets a 3-second time penalty. I'm having a feeling here that as soon as these guys cross the line, that's not the final result. There'll be a lot of penalties awarded by the game after this one.
Sure. Meanwhile, Lukey is still in the lead. We thought he'd get swamped, but no, he still has it. Reflow right behind him. Prevented them from keeping it. And Chris was battling tooth and nail to keep that position, wasn't he?
Absolutely, and he's still battling tooth and nail as well. He's not giving up here, as you see here. That is Sean still trying to get a move on Chris here, but nothing doing so far. And it's still a train of cars behind Chris here And this is all a battle for P5. There's Marley, who's just about got away. And that is 2, 4, 6 cars in this battle for 5th place right now. And this is what this sort of reverse grid racing does. It opens up the championship battle between these guys. And I say championship battle, I'm still in gear for this being a championship battle. I said the drivers don't get out of that mentality. The commentators don't either. Chris now trying to hold on to 6th place here. And Danestar just didn't quite make that move stick. But Sean, crucially there, up a position. And now he's getting away from Julian there in 9th place as we make our way down towards turn 11 for the 6th time this race.
Oh, there comes Julian on Diaz.
Can't quite make it stick though, and Nick right behind Julian then as we head through turn 14 now. And again, it's just that queue of cars. And remember, Lukey and Reflow still have to pit.
Yeah, they do, but I don't know. Will these guys, I don't know what their tires will be like towards the end. Who knows?
Well, those guys on the Super Softs should be able to make it to the end, surely. It's just the drivers on the Ultra Softs. There's Reflow into the pits then. So he's now making his 1 stop. And there goes Marley then up to P3. That's Cliffy now up to P2. And if we have a look at the position changes, this is also what you get with the reverse grid races. There's Sean up 11 places. Marley's up 10 places. Cliffy's up 6 places. Lukey's up 9. Marley here holding on to P3, and what have you spotted, Odoms?
Trying a bit of a moment there, but nothing doing. Chris now has Danestar on the back. Chris is, I don't think he's actually picked up the penalty, which is pretty impressive. See what happened last race, so fair play to him. But here comes Danestar. Chris moves very, very, very late, but Danestar just about keeps his momentum and gets a place on it.
And he's got the move done into turn 8, uses that line effectively. Chris tries to go and get a better line, better exit, and he might have it here, you know, with the DRS open in that slipstream as he looks for a move then as we head towards turn 11. And he's going to be on the outside here. Danestar has the inside line, and again, oh, there's a Williams out of nowhere there. That's Ali Diaz trying to go up the inside, and they make contact. They're both into the wall. Oh, too aggressive there from Ali Diaz, and Chris finds himself into the wall. And I wonder if he's going to come back onto the track then. Reflow will be going past this one. There is Chris then rejoining the track. And of course, that's the yellow flag for him. Meanwhile then, Lukey and Cliffy battling away. But we've robbed of that battle because Lukey's come into the pits then.
Rex and Mighty Daddy getting very close. Leo Blade in company. Mighty Daddy, I think, made that position upon Rex.
Absolutely, Rex here still in 11th place. He's got a chance here of scoring some points. And of course, Lukey in the pits right now. And away he goes. And Rex here might be in the points there. You can see one of the cars in the pits as that is Ali Diaz retiring from this race. So he has called it a day. And that is unfortunate then. Oh, Matt, your daddy's lost the back end. He's gone. Spun off the track completely there.
Oh, no.
And somehow keeps it out of the wall. And keeps it away from any sort of impact there. Rejoins then nice and comfortably as if nothing happened in 13th place. And there goes Samson taking his position away.
Yeah, Samson's not had the best time of it all the way down in 12th. 13th rather. Yeah, back at the top, Danestar is actually side up to the back of Sean, so he's showing some very good pace here, and he's going to need to do it. Julian, meanwhile, needs to overtake Sean so he can get the... Well, actually, I think as it stands, Julian will probably still get the most points. For sure.
We've got...
Yeah, Danestar on the back of the top.
Nick then gets his way past Temp here then. So that's the McLaren's up to 5th and 6th. But Temp's not going to give up on this one easily as we head down towards 17.
Because Temp was about 2 seconds behind a few laps ago.
Well, we'll see then if he gets a move on him. Here's Danestar coming around the final corner, looking for that inside move. On the inside of Sean around the final corner, not really a place to do it. As we have 6 laps to go here, Danestar turning the car in for turn 1. And right on the tail of Sean here. Sean's got some good company here. Meanwhile, behind Nick, it's Temp and MLA. And of course, MLA was on the podium in race number 1. He finds himself in 8th place. And it's always a little bit more difficult when you have to fight your way through from the back of the grid, especially after you've won the race. But MLA here, as we've got Elvis in sector 1, and it's Rex who's gone off at turn 1 there. And he's lost a front wing. I thought damage was off. It's just no front wing on that car. And he takes it into his own accord to retire from this session. And, well, that is the end of Rex's day. I had him to win the race. And look what he's done.
A bit off with that prediction. I believe damage is on reduced, but I thought the reduced damage, if you take off your front wing, it's still such like visual. Like you still have the same performance.
Well, Nick then has lost a position to 10th. As we have MLA here looking for a move around the outside. Nick, is he going to try and move up the inside? No, he doesn't. As you know, head in towards 11, Julian. 12 and 13. Going aboard with Julian.
Had a moment somewhere. Julian's got him.
Let's have a look and see if there's any damage. That might be to the front wing, is it? Yeah. Looks like that Renault's running with no front wing at all.
Damn.
Yeah. So, a bit of a mistake going on here for Danestar. So, he's got himself a bit of a lost opportunity as he makes his way back to the pits.
Oh, what did he do?
I think he must have collected the walls somewhere out there as he was looking to run to the end on those super soft tyres. So, disastrous day for Danestar at the moment. But it's not over yet. You can still score those points and you can still make that donation to the charities. Not over yet for Danestar as he enters the pit lane. Nick then, that puts him up to 6th place with MLA in 7th. And watching out for Refo, only 3.7 behind those two as he's just set the fastest lap of the race. Nick right in the curbs then. It's a very uncomfortable ride as MLA looks to put the pressure on. This should be fun. As Julian here looking in the slipstream as MLA looks like he's found a way past Nick, has he? No, he hasn't. Nick got the better exit out of turn 7 here and MLA has to try again. We've got 2 battles to watch here. Here comes Julian round the outside heading towards turn 8. Round the outside of Sean, but Sean slams that door shut. No way through for him. MLA meanwhile gets away past Nick then. Nick, is he going to have a look up the inside? No, he doesn't. The Mercedes driver then gets the move done. Julian for round number 2. Sean goes defensive very early as we head now down towards turn 11. Round the outside he goes. And again, he'll have to defend that line. Julian there. You can see there, Sean just slammed the door shut. And Julian was wise there not to go for that one.
Sean is a very aggressive driver, which I have learned firsthand in my battles with him. So Julian's going to have his work cut out trying to get past, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and they run 3rd and 4th at the moment. Well, we have, I believe this is going to be 5 laps to go now. And, well, I have to say, Cliffy's leading the race here, 2.4 ahead of Marley. And that is Sean in 3rd place. Then it is Julian, 10th here. MLA, Nick, Reflow, Lukey, Leah Blaze, Matt Your Daddy, Samster, Danestar and Chris. And then we've lost Rex and Learning the Wheel then from this race. Both of them due to crash damage. But one of them retiring in the pit lane, and one of them decided to take matters into his own hand and retire out on track.
Yes, we should switch.
Reflow here, I said, you've got to watch out for him towards the end of this race. He's right on Nick's tail then as we head towards turn 7. All he's got to do is get a good exit here, and this could be 7th place for Reflow. Get the power down.
He's not far from Julian and Sean at all, really. It's about 5 seconds, so if those two keep battling, who knows where Reflow can go. I don't know why he went on the outside of Nick. There was plenty of space on the inside, but he's wanted to make it harder on himself.
I'll tell you where he's going with that track extension. He's going to Australia. But he gets the move done, though, on Nick. But Nick will have a run of DRS here. But is that DRS open for Nick? It is now. He had a chance there to open it and opened it a little bit late. And Nick gets that move done around the outside. Meanwhile, MLA gets the move on Temp, and he does. Up to 5th place he goes. Now he's 4.5 seconds back from Julian. Is that enough time? Reflow battling away with Nick now as we try and go round the outside here through 16 and then through 17. But Nick holds on, and then Reflow jumps it up the inside. Nick runs a little bit wide as we head through 18 now, and Nick takes the inside line. Reflow going for a cutback here. Watch out for Lukey behind the both of them here as we head now down towards turn 20. And again, Reflow goes around the outside. A little bit of contact was there, but Reflow's got the move done. A little bit of a scrap there.
Yeah,
a little bit of a scrap rather than a battle. But Lukey's right behind the both of them as we now head towards turn 1 with these 3 cars. Reflow, Nick and Lukey. At the moment, they're all in those point scoring positions. But as you can see, they want to donate the most they can to the charities. Here comes Lukey, then has to back out of that one. Just right on the tail of Nick. You can see those fresh tyres going to work, and really Lukey's making the most of them, but he's got to try and find a way past Nick here as we head into the hairpin, into turn 7. And now on the exit, in the slipstream he goes. You can already see how far ahead Reflow is. He's 1.9 up the road from Nick. Here comes Lukey then with the DRS. Side by side, not for much longer. And the McLaren then tucks into the slipstream of the Renault as we head down towards turns 8 and 9. And Lukey has the position, although he does run a little bit deep into turn 8 there. And that doesn't affect him too much. Meanwhile then, Odems, Sean versus Julian. Take it away for a bit.
Yeah, Julian's just been sort of keeping his distance to Sean. Happy to stick behind him. I doubt that'll be the case for too long. Sean is dropping quite rapidly to the back of Manny. He's slightly catching quickly, so trying those two, see if they can blows. But yeah, Julian on the back of Sean. This one is pride, a lot of pride mainly. Both former teammates of MLA. It's like watching your two best friends argue right now for MLA. Sean and Julian against each other.
As we head now down towards turn 1. Cliffy still leads, by the way, 2 seconds ahead of Marley. And at third place here, you're watching this battle. We've also got Reflow and Temp heading through turn 1 with 2 laps to go. And Reflow really using the AstroTurf rather than the track there on the exit of turn 1. But we'll gloss over that as he now makes his way now down towards turns 5, 6 and 7. And he's closing on Temp. He might have a go here. Meanwhile, jumping on back on board with the battle between Sean and Julian. Julian has the DRS. He'll have the slipstream here. And I wonder, could this be the move that Julian's been waiting for? Sean's going to go defensive very early on. Moves to the left-hand side, making Julian have to go round the outside here. And again, slamming the door shut then. There's no way past, but the McLaren wants there to be a way past. Tries to put a nose up the inside. Nothing doing though. Reflow meanwhile getting past Temp. And now he's up to 6th place. 2.5 seconds back now from MLA. Meanwhile, these two are going side by side. Sean and Julian heading now towards turn 11. And again, Sean parking it on the apex. There's just no way through for Julian.
It's a carbon copy of what happened last time. I think Julian just needs that inside line because Sean is not in the business of giving space. If this were me, I think I definitely would have gone past, but I would have definitely gone in a less conventional manner. I think Julius is a very patient driver.
Absolutely, he'll be willing to make this move. But there is Cliffy, who's just started the final lap of this race then, as we head towards the final corner with these two battling away. As MLA now 1.9 behind this battle. There he goes in the Mercedes, chasing these two. I wonder if there's going to be a move on here, as Sean using all of that curb then on the outside, but loses that back end slightly on the exit of turn 1.
Can I just say, while we're watching this, Manny picked up 5 warnings in 1 lap. We're on lap 4. I just find that amazing. I managed to do that.
That's almost your masterclass there.
Yeah, I taught him well. But here's Julian's last chance. I think he just needs to do whatever he can to get that inside line. Maybe try and sell Sean a dummy, make it look like he's not interested in the inside, and just take it in the last moment.
Like now, he's going to go for it up the inside, and that could be the move done.
Right there.
Well, Sean, remember, will have the DRS to have another go back at Julian, and Julian there doesn't get a great exit out of turn 9 as they head through turn 10. Sean then goes around the outside, side by side they run as we head down towards turn 11. And that is the McLaren who has the inside line. But again, Sean keeps a hold of 3rd place.
Julian, though, he's got a good run. Oh.
Well, there is Cliffy. Sorry to keep cutting all the way through, just to keep checking where everybody is. But Julian trying to go through 16. Now at the inside of 17. Sean locks up. Julian tries to take advantage. I don't know where to look. But here comes Cliffy then around the final corner. And he's going to win the race then. And Marley comes across the line in 2nd place. Let's jump on board then. Back onto this battle between Sean and Julian. And now look at this. MLA's. He's right close, right up to them. Is there a chance here that he might be able to grab this podium? They all head towards the line, and Sean's very aggressive with the defending, but he keeps a hold of 3rd place. And I tell you what, the gap between 3rd place and 5th place was 0.28 seconds. Wow. MLA really closed up there. That's Lukey there in 6th place with Reflow in 7th. Nick finishing in 8th. Temp here in 9th. And Leah Blade finishing in 10th place. All those point scorers have just donated 25 pence each to their chosen charity. And I tell you what, there, Matt, your daddy left the session just late on there as we were watching that battle. As there comes Chris then, who started all the way at the front. Not quite the front though, it was the first row, that's for sure. As he heads now towards the line, Danestar will finish behind him in 12th place. And there is Samster. Well, he is the Season 12 champ, and look at this, he's taking a time trial line here as he makes his way around the final corner. Well, it looks like he's had fun anyway, but that is the second race over, and Odems, I have to give you credit for that. Cliffy, race winner.
Yeah, Cliffy did very well. I remember he's decent around this track. I believe he got pole position when he went back in Season 8, so good job from him today. Managed to beat out Mali Tactics. And yeah, he takes top spot and all the available points possible for his charity.
Absolutely, and speaking of charity tonight, so far we've raised £290 and 6 pence. Come on, we are £10 away from £300. Who's gonna do it? Who's going to do it? Go on, Odems, you do it. You do it.
I don't have my card on me, sorry.
Oh, that old excuse. Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Reflow was the only driver to finish the race without a penalty. That's what we've missed.
Yeah.
That's what we've missed. Reflow, penalty-less run. That's great.
How did he finish behind Lukey then? I'm pretty sure Lukey was behind him, wasn't he?
What's that? 6 seconds worth of penalties. Yeah. Oh, how very odd.
Very odd.
Well,
oh, well.
Anyway, it won't matter too much. But of course, Rufo will be wanting to get that checked so he gets more money raised for him. But yeah, to come from the front, we had that whole drama with the safety car. I mean, I am speechless after that. After those first 2 laps alone, I'm speechless. I've never seen anything like it. But well, I can already tell everybody in that race had so much fun, Odems, and it looked so much fun to be a part of.
Yeah, just wishing I got that one championship that would make me a part of this, but unfortunately I'm not good enough. These drivers, however, were good enough, and they showed it today. Some of them showed it today. It was a great event. Great to be a part of, and yeah, that opening lap was insane.
Yeah, you're telling me. Wow. Also, guys, don't forget the reason why we're all here tonight. Not only did we watch some fantastic and borderline comical racing, but we are also raising money for some charities. 3 great charities: Help the Heroes, Mental Health Foundation, and Cancer Research UK. Thank you everybody so much for your donations. As I said, £290 and 6 pence, and of course One Hub will be donating £50, and is it £50 and 50 pence? I think it was. Yes, it is. From everybody who scored points tonight, so that's going to go even higher to £340 raised as the group of us. So thank you so much for donating. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight as well. And well, I think we do some plugs here. Is that right, Odems? I would promote your Twitter, but I think it's suspended, isn't it?
Yeah, the Twitter is unfortunately suspended. Here's a word of advice to anyone watching: whatever you do, do not make your birthday make you under 13 years old, because Twitter will freak out and demand that you give them your ID so they can prove that it's not under 13 years old. There's a nice little tidbit for you. But yeah, so we were talking about all these drivers' legacies, their histories in this league, and if you do want to get involved and build your own legacy, sign up opens April the 5th at www.onehubracing.com. Sign up. We'll have 4 tiers open. We'll have a very good way of sorting out the tiers, so you will not be in a place where you are mismatched for pace. If you want, you can go onto the website and go premium if you want to improve your racing experience for Season 12. And as we were saying, thanks to everyone for tuning in and for donating. Very good cause, very good spectacle here tonight, and it was great to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget to follow One Hub Racing on Twitter. It's at One Hub Racing. You can also follow my account, which is not suspended yet, at KSMCGF1. And well, it has been a fantastic night, and I believe we're holding out for something. And there it is, £300 and
There it is.
sixpence. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. That's all going to some fantastic causes. So thank you very much, everyone, for taking part, donating, and just being a part of tonight. I think we've exceeded our expectations absolutely.
Yeah, we have. I did not expect this in the slightest, but this community has been fantastic tonight. And it's great to see how much money earned.
Absolutely, and well, I mean, what else is there left to say, Odems, other than to tally up all the points? No, we're not going to tally up the points. That'll take forever. But no, we've had some fantastic racing. As the money, Odems, just keeps pouring in at the moment. 310. The money's just keep rolling in. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have another race.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if not another race, you and I should just stay here and just talk, just keep it going. Who knows how much we can get up to?
Absolutely. I mean, in fact, I am gonna go back. Does anybody know what time the start of that second race was? Because I'm just gonna watch it back, and I'm gonna do a screen record, and I'm gonna pin it. That's what I have to do. I know my purpose tonight, and that is to just to clip that, keep it in a safe place. I mean,
yeah, that's a memento. If we've ever
it
seen
is. It is. Let me see.
If anyone ever wonders why we enjoy league racing so much, just slap that picture to them, show the clip, and they'll fully understand.
Yeah, that's that. All you need is that picture of cars trying to go 5 wide, and that's it.
31
that's all
minutes in, you can see it.
Is it 31 minutes? Oh, I see Sam's to go off. Oh yes. Okay. Right. I'm going to find the exact moment when it's 5 wide. Does anyone? Was it lap 1 or lap 2?
It was 1. It was 1.
Was it 1? Did we not get through? Did we not get through a single lap without a safety car?
No.
Oh, fantastic! That is fantastic. I'm just watching it back now. So Rex there was up into P2, and here we go then. Rex, 10th Fear, Cliffy, LTW, Lukey, and Leoblade all involved in that. Oh, brilliant! Absolutely brilliant. Charity event, and we've managed to trigger the safety car. Amazing. Amazing. I'm so proud of this community.
The safety car wanted to get involved for the charity event as well. I'm sure Helmut, whatever his name is, Hermit, safety car driver. I'm sure he donated a few pounds.
Yeah, absolutely. One Hub there, if you're not reading the chat, saying they'll announce how much each driver raised on Twitter. As I said, go and follow them at One Hub Racing. And as Odem said, the sign-ups open on the 5th of April, so not long to go now. And obviously you'll be able to then compete in the qualifying night. And qualifying night's always an interesting one, Odems, because it determines what tier you'll be racing in for the entire season.
Yep, and as we've got 4 tiers, there's 80 laps we're going to need to sift our way through. We're going to calculate where it gets you, and yeah, some drivers it'll be nice because after about a couple races in the first season, in season 12, some drivers sort of outgrew their tiers, especially Davester. He was just gone. It's because that was early in the game, so. The skill curve kind of is a lot more erratic, but now when everyone's more in tune with the game, I think it's going to be a lot tighter, especially down in the precision, podium, and pinnacle tiers.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm looking forward to a new season. You can catch me in the precision tier, which is the tier that's going on at 7:30, and I'm looking forward to joining up with Luke Etheridge. And it should be a good one. I mean, I managed to drive Jono away somehow. That was Nick said to me it took 7 years for me to try and do that. It took you one, and you managed to achieve it. So, what can I say? But yeah, I know Jono was watching tonight. He did so much work behind the scenes. And now he's off on his retirement, probably on a deck chair in the middle of the Brazilian track. You never know.
He deserves it. It's been a crazy career for Jono.
And I'm guessing that we're going to be seeing more of you next season, Odems, maybe without the corner cuts.
Well, the corner cuts have to stay. I mean, that's the staple of my career now. I guess I can't just stop doing it. But yeah, you know, after losing out in Hungary, I lost out by 9/10. In USA, I lost out by 4/10. So I think that's genuinely what made me think, if I'm going to shaft a corner, I might as well just shaft it as well as I possibly can. Might as well earn the warning, you know what I mean?
I mean, you got 2 on that lap, on that final lap. Was that?
Yeah.
I mean, you really sweated for that race win, but
that race win, yeah,
no,
it had to be done. But yeah, now you know, I only did that. I have to keep up my record. I've won ever since season 7. I've won a race in every single season. Season 10 and season 12, I won on the last day. So season 13 comes around and we do it all over again.
Absolutely. And like we say, the sign-ups open on the 5th of April. Head to onehubracing.com. And I think it's been fantastic, and I think Odems, I think we should wrap up the stream. We've raised £310 tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic, and again, we would just want to say thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to everybody who tuned in tonight. You've made a fantastic difference, and that is £300. £310, I should say, going towards 3 great charities, and we can all be very happy with ourselves tonight. We saw some great racing, comical at times, but we've had a great time, and I hope you have too.
Oh, definitely, for sure. I had a wonderful time watching.
I was talking to the viewers, Odems.
I
was talking to the viewers. Sorry, Odems. How did you find that? Did you enjoy it?
Well, I'm sure the viewers loved it, Kieran. I'm sure they had a wonderful time.
And on that note, we will be saying goodbye. Thank you again for watching the stream. I have been Kieran McGinley. And that's the part where you say, and I'm Odems.
and I have not been Kieran McGinley. And thank you for watching.
Take care, guys. We'll see you very soon.